Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hannah. I post videos on all things fashion and beauty related that are also vegan and cruelty-free. So if you like what you see, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot and I would love to have you be a part of my family. All right, so it is that time of year. It is the end of 2019 and for the past few years, I've done my yearly beauty favorites. And it's been really fun to kind of like round up the products that I use on a regular basis. Since I do try so many different products, it's fun to see which ones are very consistent and which ones I really love. And hopefully you guys find it helpful as well. There's definitely a reason why I love all of these products so much and I'm excited to share it with you guys. So I hope you find it helpful, especially if you are transitioning your beauty products to vegan and cruelty-free. There are so many really good options out there. So I'm excited to show you guys my favorites. All right, so I'm gonna start out with primers since that is the first thing you start out with on your face. And the first product I have here is the CoverFX Gripping Primer plus firming. So it's supposed to be firming for your skin. So I love this primer. It's a really interesting consistency unlike any other primer I've used before. It's like this jelly type consistency. And so when you put it on your skin, it has a very like clear, almost glass-like appearance, but then it also has this gripping element. It's almost a sticky consistency, so it feels a little sticky on the skin, not in an uncomfortable way because that's not my favorite feeling in the world, but it's just sticky enough that when you put on your foundation, it's going to grip to the foundation and hold it in place all day. Whenever I use this primer, I'm good to go for the entire day. I don't have to worry about my foundation going anywhere, so I really love it for that. And this is definitely the primer I reach for when I know I'm gonna be gone for a long time and I need my makeup to stay on all day. That said, it doesn't offer like any sort of hydration or mattifying qualities, so if that's something that you're looking for, this is mostly just going to be a good primer for those of you who are looking for something that's gonna stay put all day. I'd say there's other primers out there that are better for when you need your skin to look a little more dewy or a little more matte. The next primer that I've been loving this year is the Glossier Futuredew Oil Serum Hybrid. This is a pretty new product to me, but I have been using it for the past few months and I really love it and wanted to mention it because it's very different from this one. So this is an oil serum hybrid, so it's got a very skincare-like feel to it. But it definitely also provides a really nice base for your makeup. So if you're somebody who's looking for that really dewy, glowy look, then this is gonna be a really good primer for you. Okay, now the sun decided to come out and I'm feeling like I need to adjust my camera settings, so please hold. All right, I can't tell if I made that better or worse. I think it's better. We'll see. And then the last primer product is this Terramere. I have no idea how to pronounce. It is a eyeshadow base. I got this in my Petite Vour box, which I've done many Petite Vour videos in the past. You can definitely go check those out. But Petite Vour is a vegan and cruelty-free subscription beauty box. I really love it for trying new products that I wouldn't normally think of, like an eyeshadow base. I don't really think, you know, I kind of just stick with what I know with that. I don't really think to experiment with different types of eyeshadow bases, but this was sent in my box and it's a full-size product, so I've been using it this year and I really like it. I think that using an eyeshadow primer is so underrated, especially those of you who have more oily eyelids or your eyelids start to get oily throughout the day. You need an eyeshadow primer. It's going to prevent that creasing that happens when you wear eyeshadow and then you're blinking all day. It's a nude color, so it does provide a slight bit of coverage for those of you who have a little more like veiny eyelids like myself. Then that's something to consider. It's not going to be full coverage for that, but it is going to cover a little bit. I would say that's the only downside for me with this product. I wish it covered a little bit more for the days where I just don't want to wear a ton of eyeshadow. Maybe I want to do a lighter color. It'd be nice to have that thicker base, but other than that, it does a really good job. So if you are looking for a product like that, that is a good one. All right, for foundation, I had to stop myself from talking about Too Faced more in this way, but you guys know, I think it's been in my favorites every single year since I started doing these videos. It's my favorite foundation. I love it so much. I do try to experiment and try new foundations, but it's my ride or die. Like, it's the one that I know My skin responds so well to. It provides such a pretty finish. It has such good coverage. So that is one that I just kind of can't steer away from. However, this year I did try a new foundation that kind of quickly became a favorite, and I do hold it pretty high in regards. Like, I would say it's pretty up there with the Too Faced Born This Way as far as my favorite foundations, because I'll alternate between the two, and I think they serve different purposes. So that is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation. I have a full review / tutorial on my IGTV on my Instagram, so I will link that down below, so I won't go too far into depth with this product, because you can check that out and find out everything you would ever want to know about it. But the reason I like it is because it provides the prettiest matte finish to your face. It's not completely matte. It does have like a little bit of a satiny finish, but it's also way more matte than, say, the Too Faced Born This Way, which is going to be a more shiny, satiny finish. For the days where I want my skin to just look perfect, this is what I grab for, because it's a really good coverage, it's buildable, and the finish is so nice. It just makes you look like a porcelain doll. Like, it's so pretty. It also has SPF 20 in it, which is a nice element because sometimes you forget to put on SPF, or at least I do. So it's nice that it's built in. But yeah, I go way more in depth with the things that I like about this product in that video. So definitely check that out if you're still more curious about it. But I really, really love this foundation, and I don't really hear anybody talk about it, so I feel like it's a very underrated one. Moving on to concealer, I finally strayed away from the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. I have two new favorite concealers to share with you guys. The first one is by Pacifica. This is the Liquid Cover Full Coverage Lasting Concealer. It is a very hydrating concealer, whereas the Tarte Shape Tape is so drying that it almost just started to dry out my under eyes to the point where I didn't even want to wear it anymore, even though the coverage is phenomenal. This is so hydrating, and it also has really, really good coverage. I also really like to use it as a spot treatment for days where I don't feel like wearing foundation. It's got a really good consistency for that, and it's not going to look like you spot concealed. It's gonna blend out really nicely into the skin. So this was definitely one of my favorite concealers. And then I have a second favorite concealer because this one is definitely like the opposite of that one. This is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer, and this one is very, very full coverage. Like, this is gonna cover anything, and Kat Von D, a lot of her products I know are made to cover tattoos and things like that, and this will definitely cover any type of blemish, scar, anything that you need it to. It's got a really thick consistency, very similar to the Tarte Shape Tape, but not quite as thick and drying. It's a little bit less than that, I would say. But it is a really good one for those days where you want full coverage. I like to use this for highlighting. Like, I like to use it for my chin, the bridge of my nose, and definitely the under eyes. It's gonna give you a really nice, bright, highlighted look. So that has definitely been that has definitely been one of my favorite concealers. Now it looks too dark. Can't win. All right, so for powder, I typically use a translucent powder. Last year, my favorite was the Hourglass translucent powder. This year, it was definitely another favorite of mine. I used it in the beginning of the year until I ran out. And then I actually ended up switching to this kind of by accident because I had it in my drawer and was like, well, I should use it and not be wasteful. So this is the Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation, and this is in the color Light 130. So I use this with a big fluffy brush, so it's not depositing like as much powder as, say, if you were to use a sponge like this. But it does just kind of like dust everything off and give it a nice finish. So when I use this with the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Foundation, I get like the most beautiful, flawless looking finish. It's just so pretty. So I've kept using it. I think after this I will probably buy a translucent powder just because it's more versatile as far as like taking care of the under eyes and things like that. This is more for the face. For those of you who like a colored powder, this is a good one, I think. This is my sign to get my lights fixed. My lights have been broken. I swear it's affected my filming because I can't film at night. I can only film certain hours of the day, and it's just ridiculous. Like, natural light is obviously the best, but I'm over it. All right, no one cares. Moving back onto the makeup. So for bronzer, This is pretty much like the only product I used all year. This is the Cover FX Monochromatic Bronzer Duo in Matte and Shimmer in Sun-Kissed Bronze. You can see it's loved. It is a well-loved product. I just think this is the prettiest bronze shade for my skin tone. It's like a nice warm bronze shade. And then I love the option to have this shimmer as a topper, or if I want to use it more as like a blush in the summer months. I really just love this thing so much. So I tend to do like contour and bronzer as one thing. Lately I haven't really been like doing a full contour, just kind of like bronze the face in areas that I want contoured. And so this has been the greatest product for that. And it has lasted me so long. I barely made a dent, and I swear I use this every single day. I love it so much. And then blush is going to be a similar product from Cover FX. This is the Monochromatic Blush Duo. This is the Warm Honey shade, but there's a peach shade that I also really like. But since we're in the winter months, I've been using this one more. And it looks really dark, but it's actually very buildable. So I'm able to control the color a lot more than you would think. Again, I love the option to have the shimmer side as a topper. I mostly use the matte, and then I will top it off with a little bit of the shimmer, and it is just so pretty. These are two really good products. Very, very impressed with those, and highly recommend them if you're in the market for new blush and bronzer. Like I've said, they've lasted a really, really long time, and you kind of get 2 blushes and 2 bronzers for the price of one for what it is. So I am definitely a fan of this product. Moving on to highlighter, I'm pretty sure this has been in a favorite before. This is the PIXI Glowy Gossamer Duo, and this is in the shade Delicate Dew. I was using another shade, and I recently switched to this one. I was putting off using this one because of the pink. I was just like, I don't think I'm really like an icy pink highlighter kind of girl. But then I started mixing the two, because this side is a little more like a bronzy shade. So I started mixing that with the pink, and I think it has such a pretty color with the two of them mixed together. So I have been using this one a lot more. I am just such a fan of PIXI highlights. I think they're so pretty. I think they're really pigmented. It gives you a really nice natural looking glow. It doesn't look overly glittery, and it definitely pops. And then if I really want to go crazy with the highlighter, I will use this e.l.f. Jelly highlighter. And I'm not sure if this has, it might be in the shade Cloud, I'm not sure. This is such a cool product. It's literally like a jelly. And if I really want to go crazy with the highlighter, I will put this on first and then follow up with the powder to kind of set everything in place. But this is such a pretty like cream liquid highlighter. If you're more of a cream and liquid type of product person, you're gonna love this, and it is so cheap. I forget how much it costs. You can definitely kind of control the amount that you use, so if you want more of a punch, then you can build up the highlighter, and if you just want something subtle, you can also just do that as well and kind of blend it out with a brush or your finger. Such a good product. I am a huge fan. Moving on to eyebrows, my eyebrow winners of the year go to Hourglass. I think they killed it in the brow department. And the first product that I really have been loving is the Arch Brow Sculpting Pencil in Soft Brunette. I really like this for just shaping the brow and just getting a really nice clean outline. I think that the Soft Brunette is a nice color. It's subtle, so it doesn't look like you've drawn on your eyebrows. And it's also very easy to blend out. It comes with a little spoolie end, so I can kind of blend things out that way. And then this side is a really interesting like kind of triangle shape that I feel like gives you a lot of flexibility with how you can use this. And then also from Hourglass, I really like this product. This is the Arch Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel. This is in the color Auburn. I think I would probably try a different color for myself the next time, but this has been such a good product. I actually will start with the pencil and then top it off with this, which gives it that really natural look. It has little fibers in here and a gel, so you just brush this on and the little fibers kind of attach to your natural eyebrows and just make them look more fluffy, and it just has a really nice natural brow look. So if you're somebody who's like really big, I like my brows to be like a statement. So if you're a brow person, these two products are really, really great. I also like this one for the days where I don't want to do a full brow. I'm too lazy. I will just brush this on. So at least I have something on my eyebrows. My eyebrows have a lot of blonde hairs in them. So if I don't do my brows that day, they look very patchy and just not great. So this is a nice kind of like savior for those days where I don't want to actually draw out my entire brow. And I think they're really user friendly as well. All right, next for eyeshadow palettes, I have my two most loved eyeshadow palettes right here. The first one is from Aether Beauty. This is the Summer Solstice palette. This is just kind of me in a palette. Like, I love all of these shades so much. I'm definitely a warm toned kind of girl. I love golds, I love browns, I love coppers, shimmers, mattes, and this is just kind of the perfect array of all of those. These right here are in heavy rotation because they're just so easy to do a really natural, pretty eyeshadow look. I also love to support Aether Beauty. It's a female-owned company, vegan, cruelty-free, good ingredients, so I would definitely keep an eye out for their palettes and their products. If I were you, they have some really good stuff. And then next from Pacifica, this is their hemp-infused eyeshadows. This is the Cosmic Reflect palette. A lot of products with hemp in it. That's like the thing this year, I've noticed. And Pacifica definitely got on board with that. So this is the palette. It is some really pretty jewel-toned colors. I love jewel toned colors. I love anything with orange. I use this color right here, Lift Off, and this color right here, Delphi, together a lot, and I get so many compliments on them. The shimmers aren't your average shimmers. They're kind of like almost holographic in a weird way. They're just very dimensional, really, really pretty on the eyes. It's almost like they're multicolored in a way. I don't really know how to explain it. I'm probably doing such a bad job explaining it, but just trust me that they are so pretty. And I definitely want to play around with some of the darker colors in the coming months as we are in winter. It's been like so hot in California lately, and we just now finally got some winter weather, but before it just felt weird to be wearing like sweaters and like a bold lip. It just didn't feel right when it's like 80 degrees out, you know? I don't know. They just go hand in hand. But let's move on to eyeliner. Most of you guys know I'm very picky about my eyeliner. I love liquid eyeliner. I do a cat eye almost every single day. And I'm very picky because of that, because I need it to be a good eyeliner in order for me to achieve the look that I want to achieve. So I discovered the Pro Tip by Glossier. And when I first bought it, I was like, this is like, why is there hype around this product? I don't understand. It looked almost gray. There was like barely any product coming out. So what I did was I stored it overnight like this and let all the like product come down to the point. And so now actually I do this with any felt tip product like this. That's a good hack for you. If you're feeling like your products aren't working as well, just store them upside down. So once I did that, it became like the best product. This eyeliner will stay on your eyes no matter what. Like, it stays put. So it's almost like it doesn't leave very much room for error. If I'm putting on my eyeliner and I accidentally mess up, it's really hard to get off. But on the contrary, it's gonna stay on your eyes all day long. Even if your eyes are watering, you're gonna be totally fine. Even if you see a sad movie, you're fine. It will stay on. And that is just really comforting to know with liquid eyeliner. So I am definitely a big fan of this product. I find that it's really easy to use as well. Like, I think that the tip is so perfectly pointed that you really are gonna get a good look no matter what. So if you're somebody who feels like you really like doing cat eyeliner, but you haven't found the perfect product for it, definitely give this a go. And then for mascara, again, you guys know I'm very picky with mascara, so I really was only impressed by one new mascara this year, and that's the Pacifica Highest Lash Chronic Volume Mascara. It kind of reminds me of the Milk Kush mascara, just not as extra, if that makes sense. Like, that mascara is really smooth and like really packs on the volume. It's almost like too much volume. This one is definitely gonna pack on some extra volume, but it's not quite as extreme as the Milk Kush mascara, if that makes sense. So for those of you who like a volumized look and you want to add some thickness to your lashes, this is going to be a really good product for that. If you're somebody who likes a more like separated lash look, then I would recommend their Dream Big mascara, which I've done a video on. I will also link it in the description box. But for me, I really like to have like that really full volumized look, almost like I'm wearing false lashes but I'm not kind of thing. So I really liked this for that, and I definitely like to layer mascaras as well, so I feel like this is a really good mascara to kind of finish it off and add some volume. All right, for setting sprays, I feel like I don't even need to mention this. This has probably been in every single video, but the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray has definitely been my favorite for a very long time. I love the finish. It doesn't interfere with my makeup. It kind of sets everything together, keeps it in place, and yeah, it doesn't add any like weird separation or texture to my makeup, which is something that some setting sprays have done in the past. So I just love it. And last, for lipstick, I have another favorite repeat, and that is the PIXI Mattelast liquid lipstick. I just love it. I personally love a matte liquid lipstick. That is what I gravitate towards. I want to put my lipstick on in the morning and I want to touch it up once during the day, and that's it. Like, I don't want to touch my lipstick at all. And this is definitely the best product for that. It stays on so long, and you will only have to touch it up like once or twice throughout the day. Especially the reds stay on forever, so people are always asking me like, what's a good red lipstick? The one I'm wearing right now is this one in orange red, and they stay on so well. And if you want it to last even longer, you can put a liner underneath and it's gonna last you all day long. It's not overly drying. It doesn't make your lips crusty. It's just such a good product. I really love it. And then next, for lipsticks, this is by Honest Beauty. This is their liquid lipstick. I have quite a few of these that I really like as well. If I'm not gonna grab a PIXI lipstick, I will probably grab one of these. They do stay on pretty long, but I would say not as long as the PIXI lipsticks, but they are also a little less dry than the PIXI lipsticks, so that's kind of a trade-off. If you're someone who feels like liquid lipsticks are too dry for you and they're uncomfortable, you might like this one by Honest Beauty because it's a little bit more hydrating, but it still gives you that really like nice matte finish, but it's not quite as drying as the PIXI, so I would say that's the major difference between the two. I really like them. I think that Honest lipstick has a bunch of really good nudes and light pinks, so if you're somebody who likes that, definitely check this out, whereas PIXI has more of the fun colors that I kind of gravitate towards. Like, I love the orange reds and I love like a deep berry and things like that, so PIXI has a lot of that. All right, that is going to be it for my 2019 favorites. If there's any products that we have in common, let me know down below, or if there's any products I didn't mention that you think I would like, let me know down below as well. I am going to do a 2019 skincare favorites video as well, so stay tuned for that. 2019 for me was like kind of the year of skincare. Like, I went a little crazy on skincare, so I would say if this was not exciting for you, stay tuned for that because I have a lot of products to share in that video as well. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys next time in another video. Bye.